Hey guys, we're in my island survival world. Now this world was created solely in live streams on Mixer and occasionally on Twitch. We are standing on the roof here. This is actually the spawn location for the world, and as you can see I put a roof up here. This is actually a tree farm using half slabs to stop the trees from growing past a certain point. That way none of us had to worry about getting every last piece of wood or anything like that. Now originally there were multiple people in this world, but there was a lot of problems within that group. Some people I ended up blocking and kicking out. A few people just left on their own. Some people, got into big fights with other people. So basically there's a lot of community-based stuff in this world, but it did end up being a solo world. So down over here we actually have what was originally a community mine. Go ahead and come down here. There's actually two pathways that lead all the way down to bedrock. That way you guys could expand out and dig whichever way you wanted. And then there was a little bedroom up here. That way if anyone was needing to sleep, we could go ahead and sleep. This game was originally always played on hard mode. I do have it in peaceful mode now just to show you guys the completed world. So we'll go ahead and head out here and we will hit the boat, and I will take you guys over to the farming island. This is a little community island just where everyone could come and get food, and of course one of the only rules is just to plant back everything that you had taken. So as you can see, there is a lot of water. This world was a very hard world to find. I did go through so many worlds last summer. When the aquatic update came out, I really thought that would be a prime time to do an island survival kind of, video or world. And this world ended up being perfect. There's about 20,000 blocks or more in every direction of nothing but ocean, and there were several small buildings around, or islands I mean, but either people destroyed them to take the resources from them to expand their own islands, or people built something stupid on them, and then I had to go through and destroy them. So as you can see, here's my island here. I chose one of the best islands. My island is actually two big hills that I built a giant porch between to make the foundation for my house. But before we go up there, we'll take a look at my boat here, the SS Antusj. Now originally my idea and my goal was that I wanted a world where there was only one island and that it was surrounded by nothing but ocean. But on console edition it's kind of hard to get worlds like that, so I had to give up on that idea. The original idea, of course, though, was on that one island have multiple people, and everyone just lived on that one island. And I was going to build a boat off the side, and that was going to be my house. So I went ahead and took that same idea, that same boat, and brought it here into this island survival world. So as you can see, I had a little laundry room over there, and a little bathroom, and then out here I have like a little makeshift kitchen area, and then I have these little glass looking doors that are open, and then there's a little bedroom up there. And there's a little skylight here with a button, so if someone's standing up there you can just press the button and make them fall down through. It's kind of funny. That, and I personally just like coming up here and hitting the button. I think it's, I don't know why, it's very amusing to me. So we'll go ahead and go up to the top of my island here at my house. So as you can see, I just have this big stairway that goes on up. Now I am using the natural texture pack, and so my house is actually built out of polished diorite and sandstone and cobblestone. These are blocks that I usually wouldn't build a house with, but part of me starting this world last year was me wanting to build out of things I don't normally use. So as you can see, there's this huge spot of grass here. This is actually part of the hill. This is how it originally was. I just didn't want to destroy it. I thought it looked pretty good up here. And as you can see, I have a kind of a weird modern house that was very, very makeshift. I just kind of built it on a whim. We'll go ahead and run through this real quick. I'll show you that house in a second. Down here is my personal farm. So as you can see, it's not super big, but it's enough for, one person. And then over here I have this little spot of grass. This was my little personal tree farm, so I could just grow a tree or two at a time. Then once I had some spare wood, I built this little bridge going over here and made a larger tree farm. So I actually did go several thousand blocks away and to find a jungle biome, and I had a few jungle trees right there growing. So we'll go ahead and go through my house through the front door here, and I'll show you my house. So when you come in here, you have this little area right here. You can step up. It's where you hang your coats, put your shoes. Little tiny table for breakfast. And I got this little makeshift kitchen. I did my standard refrigerator kind of thing, only this time I put some chests behind the door to make it a usable refrigerator. That is my food storage area. I have this little decorative area right here, which is my staircase going up to my bedroom. So as you can see up here, I have a little bit of storage, a couple items I need and stuff, and then here's the birds that I took back with me from the jungle biome. I originally had 4, but someone killed one. Here are the only islands around. This is a full-size map. And then I just made this totally spur of the moment little drum set. Do 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 do. All right, well that's funny. Anyways, on with the tour here. We'll go ahead and head down to my mine area, and where I have my personal farm. So like I said, I built my island, or I built my house between the 2 hills, and I basically made it just a huge like porch or a deck, and I wanted to make it seem realistic, like it would, you know, be a real structure in real life that could stand up. So I put these support legs all over the place. Right here in this little hill is my personal farm. So I just have a bunch of animals and storage for food and all that, uncooked food. Throw a couple of those. Oh, a couple more chickens came out. And over here in this area is actually, this was originally my mine, which is why I kind of have like a break room and stuff built right here, but it turned into, I don't know, so much more than that. So right up here is the break room, which just had a way for me to smelt all the ingots and everything that I got from mining, a little makeshift kitchen area and a table, and the original storage spot for my mine. After I expanded everything out, I ended up just breaking every block and replacing it with cobblestone, and made this just underground kind of base thing. And this is mostly how the cave itself actually looked. I didn't do much modification to it other than cobbling it all. So I have these 2 little computer areas. This is kind of like a miniature office that deals with the treasure maps. I went through a lot of places to find a lot of treasure maps. Since this world was made when the aquatic update first came out, there are tons of sunken boats around. I brought back some cocoa beans and stuff with me from when I went to the jungle, so I made this little jungle farm, a cocoa bean farm. Then I have another wort farm right here next to my potions room, which also has storage for anything related to brewing. A little sink area and stuff, you know, just a little bit of detail. And then we'll come down over here. This is actually probably the most impressive part of the world here, or of my base, I mean, is these windows and stuff. And then down here is my personal village. This did take some time to get, and it took me a long way to go in order to find a villager to bring back and then breed them up. So as you can see, it's just got it's got a little well here, which I originally thought about digging out to the ocean to make like a quick way in and out, but villagers might go down in there, and I don't feel like dealing with that. I have a little bit of a farm area here, and then they have their own personal lights above it. They also have their own animals for food, and then they have these small compact houses, which we're just going to run through super fast. This here is supposed to be like a community center building for like planning or meetings or whatever. And then here's the other side here, and there are actually villagers in here. There was enough for 1 villager per bed. I feel like a couple of them might have despawned, because I'm not seeing that many villagers now. But that's my personal village. This is the only place that anyone was able to make any kind of trades, because no one else was willing to spend like 2 days of just straight going in one direction trying to find a village. So we'll go ahead and run out of here real quick, and we'll check the other side of my mine. We'll take a quick look out these windows here. Unfortunately, there's not much going on underwater still. At least not in this world. I know some newer worlds do look a bit better though. But anyways, on this side here I have a big library, which I used to love making libraries. I know I don't have one in my Nojo realm, but it has storage for my lapis, my regular books, and my enchantment books. It has a little studying tables here, and then there is a little doorway right here that actually goes to a max level enchanting table. We'll go ahead and leave this up here, and then as you can see, there's 2 iron doors here. This is just a very, very simple, very makeshift storage room for just general storage. as you guys have seen so far, I have little storage spots for specific items, so I didn't really need to make one big fancy storage room there. Now this actually goes all the way over and then straight down to bedrock, which is where I have my personal nether portal. Now this world never did make it to the end, and I honestly wish that we never went to the nether either, because I really wanted to focus just on the island survival aspect of it. But some people made nether portals, a few people ended up living in the nether, and so I ended up building this little nether cafe kind of thing. It's just like a makeshift kitchen, and then you come out here and you have little areas where you guys can sit and overlook the huge amount of lava, which generally had gas floating all over the place. Now up the stairs here is a little castle, which is actually where another player used to live. I had a video up last year where I actually broke his castle and made a decent looking castle, as you can see here. I did come back after everyone left and this became a solo world and kind of fixed up the inside a little bit and got rid of the portals and all that, all these spare portals. So now it just has a bunch of furnaces and stuff, and it could have been turned into, I guess, like a nether storage area, but since everyone left, I really didn't come back to the nether because, like I said, I don't really feel like it fits with an island survival kind of thing, and I just quit coming here. So there are a lot of pathways that lead off to different areas where people lived and to nether fortresses, but we're not going to worry about those. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. It's going to do it for this world. Hopefully you've seen some of it be created in the Mixer streams, and if not, if this is the first time you're seeing this world, then hopefully you like it. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.